Good day everyone, in this video we're going to have our NAV 213 Aplan 3. So we have here the things that we're going to use. This one, these two triangles, and also the same, the chart 1A and the 1B. This one. But this time we have a condition, scenario description. The vessel departed from the Kabugay Bay. Right here, the Kabugay Bay. At 13 degrees, 32.5 minutes north, and 124 degrees and 14 minutes east at 300 hours on December 7, 2020, bound to Tacloban Pilot Station. The Tacloban Pilot Station is right here, this part. So now in this Aplan, it's a reverse route. Before we came right here in the Tacloban Station right here to the Kabugay Bay, but now from Kabugay Bay to the Tacloban Pilot Station. And we have here the ship's particulars. The ship's loaded draft is 9 meters, the speed is 10 knots. So now we have to plot our course line, and we have to indicate the true bearing. This is an example, and a speed of 10 knots. We have that in the ship's particular, the 10 knots. So now we're going to have this course line right here. Then this one, we have to identify the true bearing of this course line. So we have right here, it's going down, we have 180, 181, 182. So it's 182, 182 degrees true. The course is 182 degrees true, about speed of 10 knots. Now this one, so let's check. We have here this course line, then bring this to your compass ropes right here. So 180, so we have here 190 minus 2, we have here 187.5, 187.5 degrees true, speed is 10 knots. Next, this one, this one. So here we have our course line. Then bring your triangle ruler to the compass rose, and there we have it. It's 150, 155, 156.5, 156. Course is 156 degrees true, 10 knots. Now will be this course line, and then we have here one. Then bring your triangle ruler to the compass again and get the true bearing. So we have right here a 150 degrees true. Course 150 degrees true, speed of 10 knots. And lastly will be in this part. Now in this part, you have to get the true bearing. This one. Then bring your triangle ruler to the compass rose. This one. And we got right here 92 degrees. 92 degrees. True. So this part will be 92 degrees true of about 10 knots. So that will be the course line of this part. And now we have to use terrestrial charted objects as turning bearing of course alteration. Now in the turning bearing, we have to identify the terrestrial charted objects. So like for example, we have here the lighthouse from this waypoint. So like for example like this. So we have here the lighthouse of Nagumbuaya. Then drag your ruler. Then we have here a 15 degrees true. We have here 15 degrees, a turning bearing of this waypoint in Nagumbuaya. The next will be in the Umay point. The Umay point is right here. Then in this waypoint right here. Then drag this one, and we have 270 degrees turning bearing in that waypoint. And so we have here the Indicapol Island, in the Diamante Rock. These waypoints, we have to identify the turning bearing, and that's how to identify the turning bearing. We have to identify a lighthouse for an object, and also to the Hanabatas channel. Since we already laid our course line, we have to identify the nearest underwater obstruction in this route of our vessel. So first we have here the Virac Bank. It's a shallow water right here, as we can remember in our previous Aplan, and also in our Diamante Rock, it's the nearest one obstruction. Then we have to identify the height of that water and also the time of passage during time during the passage in that nearest underwater obstruction. And also we have to calculate the height of the tide to determine the actual depth of the water during the passage on the nearest underwater obstruction, and use the calculated actual depth of the water during passage in order for us to get or to know the actual under keel clearance of the vessel. So I prepared here in our voyage from the Kabugay Bay to the Tacloban Pilot Station. We have a total distance of 141.3 nautical miles, and the ship's loaded draft is 9 meters. The speed is 10 knots, and we have here also the details of full away on passage on December 7, 2020 at 300 hours. So as I've said lately, we have here the Virac Bank, and in the Virac Bank we have a table right here that it says in the Virac Bank we have 141.3 a total distance. Then therefore in the Virac Bank we have 137.4 to go. So we have here a 141.3 minus 137.4. So we have 3.9 miles to travel from this Kabugay Bay to that in Virac Bank waypoint. So time is equals to distance over the speed. So we already got distance, and we already have a constant speed of 10 knots. Therefore 3.9 divided by 10, we have 0.39 hours. So we have to convert that 0.39 hours, 0.39 times 60. Then we got 23.4 minutes, but we cannot say 23.4. Therefore we have to 23 minutes, and this 0.4 times 60, we have 24 seconds. So in order for us to get the actual depth of the water or the height of the water, so I just round it off, so we have 24 minutes. Then as it says, we have here on December 7, 2020 at 3 o'clock is the full away on passage. Therefore, in order for us to get the time of arrival or in the departure during that nearest underwater obstruction, 24 minutes plus 3 hours, we got 3 hours and 24 minutes. As you have seen right here, the table, we got exactly on December 7, 3:24 in the Monday. Then 3 hours and 24 minutes. At this time, we have to identify the height of the tide in our tide table. As you have seen right here in the tide table, we have a lot of numbers to be seen, and 3:20 a.m., 3:25, so 3:24. Therefore, we have 0.3 height of tide. And then in the ship's particulars, we have a draft of 9 meters. Then the height of tide, as we already identified, 0.3 meters. Then charted datum, we have 46 meters. Charted datum, we have here 46 meters. As you can see, this is the lowest water, shallow water that we can identify in our chart. So therefore, in order for us to get the UKC, since we have a charted datum of 46, and then we have a height of tide, let me say for in vernacular, na itawag 0.3, therefore we add 0.3 is equals to 46.3. Then this 46.3, we have it to subtract with the draft of the vessel of 9. Therefore, we got 37.3 meters of underkeel clearance of this vessel. And that will be in the Virac Bank. Now we go to the Diamante Rock. In the Diamante Rock, we have here 66.9 miles to go. So 1.3 minus, we have 66.9. Therefore, we got 74.4. And yep, that is the distance in the Diamante Rock, 74.4. And the speed, as we all know, 10 knots. Therefore, time is equal to distance over speed. 74.4 nautical miles divided by 10 is we have 7.44 hours, or 7 hours and 26 minutes and 24 seconds. So I just said it, 7 hours and 26 minutes. 7 hours and 26 minutes add to 3 hours, as we have here the 3 hours. And then 7 hours and 26 minutes plus 3 hours, we have 10 hours and 26 minutes. And this 10 hours, we have to identify it in the timetable. In the timetable, we got 10 hours. We have right here 10:25 a.m. So it's close. We have here in 10 hours and 26 minutes, we had a height of tide of 0.1 meters. And now we have to calculate the UKC of the vessel. So still we have a draft of 9 meters. Then a charted datum, we got in the chart, we have 48 meters. 48 plus 0.1, exactly we got 48.1. And then minus to that ship's draft, loaded draft of 9 meters. Then we got the UKC, or the under keel clearance of the vessel, of 39.1, and that will be in the Diamante Rock. Now for the actual depth of the water during the passage in this Virac Bank, the actual depth would be 46.3. So muna siya gilaw sa tubig. And then in the Diamante Rock, we got 48.1 still. This is the actual depth of the water. And that would be all in this video, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. God bless.